Hi everybody, this is Diana, aka Pop Culture Diva 42, and you're watching another versus match with a twist. Now, before I get into this week's match and the reasoning behind it, let me just tell you how last week ended, and I asked you which is the best time machine in sci-fi, and the match was between the TARDIS from Doctor Who and the DeLorean from the Back to the Future movies. And in the end, the TARDIS won, but not by a landslide like I was expecting. The TARDIS won with 6 votes to 4 votes for the DeLorean. So that's that. And this week, well, you know, there's been a lot of debate. People have been causing a lot of ruckus over Starfire and the fact that she dares to have sex with multiple partners. So I figured I would take us back to the real sluts of the DC and Marvel universes, namely Iron Man and Green Arrow, with a special mention to Nightwing, as requested by Zipblock Gory, because he thinks that Nightwing is the true man whore of the DC universe, probably of all the superheroes ever. But yeah, so the question this week is, who is the biggest man slut? Is it Iron Man or is it Green Arrow? With the option of Nightwing for those who choose to take it. But I'm going to talk predominantly about Tony Stark and Oliver Queen, because I think they have the true reputation of man whoring. And I really don't know who to give this to, me personal, who I would lean towards, because Iron Man and Green Arrow are two very similar characters, I guess. They're similar in a lot of ways. They're both rich. They're both admitted womanizers. They admit it themselves, and they also have a reputation in their respective universes for being womanizers. I mean, Iron Man once bragged about having sex with Madame Mask, which is the female equivalent of Doctor Doom. And I think this was in an issue of Illuminati, and then somebody goes like, why would you want to have sex with the female version of Doctor Doom? And Tony Stark was all like, okay, let's change subjects. And as for Green Arrow, you can just ask Red Arrow, you can just ask Roy what he thinks and how his mentor's womanizing ways have affected him, because obviously they have. So Iron Man and both Green Arrow definitely have slept with a lot of women, and I'm going to probably give it just on the basis of quantity. I probably have to give it to Iron Man, because, well, he's been very open. He's been a rich guy through and through, whereas, you know, Oliver Queen never really liked being rich, which is why he probably gave all his money away at some point. But Tony Stark always truly benefited from everything that his money had to offer him in terms of pussy. So in terms of quantity, I would definitely have to give it to Tony Stark. But in terms of quality, in terms of how depraved the sex can actually get, I think I would have to give it to Green Arrow, because let's not forget that Green Arrow actually had sex with, I think it was Black Lightning's niece at some point, and after that, that girl died. But the only reason for Green Arrow to even sleep with that woman was just because he was feeling really bad or something. He had some self-loathing issues. But I think that really is the heart of the matter, because both Iron Man and Green Arrow have lots and lots of issues, like serious self-loathing, deep, dark issues, and they use sex to kind of either deny themselves the love that probably they think they need, you know, kind of like they're a little bit masochistic in that sense, or just overall the same way that Tony uses both alcohol and other stuff, like Oliver Queen uses fighting crime and pretty much putting himself in danger to kind of get rid of those aggression issues that he has. So basically, sex is more like a drug to both of them, because they have some deep issues, and I think that's what makes them real sluts. Because I don't know, maybe there is some feminine superhero that employs sex in that same fashion to kind of medicate her own traumatic issues, but I don't know of any such characters. And so if you do, please let me know. But I think that's the real separation between a girl like Starfire that just, you know, expresses her sexuality, and guys like Iron Man and Green Arrow who use sex as a drug, as a way to avoid their own problems. And again, I have to bring up the fact that, you know, Iron Man may sleep around, but at least he's keeping safe. You know, he's using metal condoms or whatnot. There's probably like a special pocket in his Iron Man suit for condoms, probably lubricant too. But Green Arrow doesn't have any condom arrows because he has sired a couple of bastards. First and foremost, of course, is Connor Hawke, who came out pretty well. I can't say that he didn't. He's not a respectable young man. And he also has another kid with Shadow, I think. They talked about him in the Green Arrow miniseries starring Connor Hawke. So yeah, at least Iron Man hasn't sired any bastards. So again, I personally think that Green Arrow, in terms of quality and depravity, kind of takes this. But just if your sole definition for a slut is not necessarily why they sleep around, but how much they sleep around, then yes, I would definitely have to give it to Iron Man. So that's pretty much all I had to say. Please cast your votes. Think about it. Tell me why you voted the way you did. Vote for Nightwing if you want. But again, you know, I don't think that Nightwing has the same experience or the same tradition in man whoring that Iron Man and Green Arrow have. Or I could be wrong. You know, I haven't read Nightwing, the Nightwing comic books that much. But you know, he was raised by Batman, and I have to believe that Batman, being such a sober, rigid person that keeps his emotions and his penis very guarded, that Nightwing would not grow up with that kind of mentality, like using sex to medicate his own issues. But I could be wrong. I don't know it. I don't know everything. I just know the stuff that counts. So yeah, please cast your vote, and I guess I'll hear you again on the next. I'll be seeing you again because I'm not hearing you. I only hear the voices in my head. I will talk to you again for the next Versus Match with a Twist a week from now. Thank you.